Joining me now is our International Affairs Editor, Armen Georgian. Armen, how would this so-called safe zone actually work?
Well, first of all, just to give a quick rundown of the diplomacy today. So the UN Security Council is going to be discussing this proposal this afternoon. And we've heard that the US has joined with France and the UK to try to create this safe zone. One thing that we'll have to watch for is what will the Chinese say. They probably won't want any hostile language towards the Taliban because they see business opportunities with the Taliban and so forth. But they may or may not agree on this idea of a safe zone. What does it actually mean? Well, we don't have the practical details, Annette, to be honest. We don't know exactly which airports would be used, what regional countries would be used, if any, and crucially, who guarantees security for people that have left their homes and have gone into a convoy, because of course with the recent events, the terrorist attacks in Kabul, that's a huge issue, the presence of jihadi groups. So we don't know any of this at the moment, but security is obviously going to be perhaps the biggest issues for those who are lucky enough to be approved for travel. They have to get into a convoy, but they have to feel safe in that convoy arriving at the airport. They have to also feel safe, of course, while they're waiting in the airport for their flight to take off. But all of this, of course, is intended to give a sort of international framework and international legitimacy to keep getting stranded people out beyond August the 31st.
But at the end of the day, how can it get off the ground if the Taliban are saying they don't like the idea?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is the big question at the moment is, can the Taliban be persuaded, perhaps with a quiet promise of recognition further down the line by Western countries? But let's take a listen to the Taliban spokesperson, Suhail Shaheen, who spoke to our sister channel, Radio France International.
There is no need for that. Afghanistan is our country. We are a independent country, and all Afghans are our citizens. Can we create a zone in France or UK? So while we have granted a general amnesty, any Afghans after 31st August, if he intends to go abroad, to travel abroad, he can do so.
Interesting, by the way, he can travel after August the 31st, not she. So officially the line is, if you have documents, you can travel out of Afghanistan because they've granted an amnesty. But of course, that's all very much in theory, Annette. How does an Afghan actually get these documents to travel, particularly those Afghans who are in fear of their lives now? Are they going to risk coming out of the shadows to apply for documents, and where do they apply to? The Western embassies have closed down in Kabul, so who do they apply for to get out? And of course, remember that many of the same people that worked with the West are exactly the people that the Taliban want to stay. They want to keep them in Afghanistan because they don't want the brain drain. You see, they want those specialists who know how to operate the military equipment, all the high-tech stuff that was left behind by the US. They need those people, and who knows what reasons they'll come up with, perhaps to deny travel documents to some of those people. But in any case, that's the official position. What the practical reality is going to be, we'll have to see, of course.
Armen Georgian, thank you.